time, and I keep my pistol with me always, always.
Security that's at the gas station?
I only go to gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas stations if I'm in the city.
Yeah.
So every time, and I keep my pistol with me always, always. You just never
Security
know.
that's at the gas station?
I only go to gas stations that have security there. I only go to the same gas stations if I'm in the city.
Yeah.
So
Can't hear you. 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 I guess let Chase get himself situated. He'll be back. Make sure y'all like and subscribe if you haven't already. We about to get into the grit itty of it all.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I was saying we got a super chat as we walked into the room. Thank you guys for being patient while I fix that out. But this is Chase. This is No Chaser TV, and me and Sammy are here to review the Real Housewives of Atlanta episode 6. And trust me, baby, between me and Sammy, there will be no pity parties tonight. Catch that dirt. With that being said, I want to thank you for everybody watching on X, Facebook, as well as down to the YouTube. The lounge is open. The lounge is open. Grab your cocktail and get ready to talk your shit. Sammy, how are you?
I'm well. I'm ready
I know
to discuss these peaches, even the rotten ones.
we got a couple of rotten peaches in the patch, but we're definitely going to discuss all of them tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Oh, yes. Hey there, lovable Lisa. Hey there, Sean. Hey there to the people, everybody in the group chat. Amanda K, muted. Thank you. Love, love, love. Say she already know why I'm here. Oh, Lord. The people want us to drag tonight. Well, we're going to drag the girls tonight. We're going to be nice.
We're gonna tell the truth. However that come out is how it come out.
I only know one way the truth come out of me, and that's just to speak it. So whatever happens, gonna happen, bitch. I can't help you. Because as we saw earlier, in this particular episode, thanks to that unearthed clip from someone on Twitter, I forgot their name. I think it's Smile, bitch. So please forgive me for that. Brit Edie says she keeps that thing on her at all times. She always keep that yap on her. She always keep that heat. She always got that piece of steel waiting on the girls as they act up down to the gas station or down to the bank in Bankhead. Catch that dirt. The ladies open the episode giving their remarks on what they thought, on what happened at Kenya Moore's hair spa. And it looks like everyone categorically agrees that it was not only shocking, but it was a bit tasteless for Kenya to do what she ended up doing. We end up fast forwarding to 48 hours later, where Britt is she trying to get that tear out. She's trying to squeeze that tear out, but in the words of Mariah Huck, she just couldn't get that tear to fall. Uh, as she hasn't slept in the last 24 hours, she says, even though cameras picked up 48 hours later. So did she go to sleep the first night?
That girl went to bed. She went to bed. Her, Mimosa, and her husband.
Mike. Yeah, they went to bed. I don't think I'm holding on to that one. Uh, Britt has been getting DMs and calls and from everyone from her family, her friends, to Team Twirl, letting her know they saw what Kenya did to her. She's still in shock. I made sure I put that in because she's still in shock. And Britt says that Kenya tried to publicly humiliate her. Britt feels this was too far and she may lose her license over this. So at this point, 48 hours in, with only less than 24 hours of sleep, she has been in shock, and she also is in jeopardy of losing her license. Britt says when she was a teenager, she let her boyfriend film her giving oral, and she tried webcam in her 20s. She is tearful and says that no woman should be publicly shamed in front of the world. Mike listens to all of this and says, "Keep your head up, shawty. gives her a side hug, and pieces out of the scene. Kelly then comes by and checks on Britt, and Kelly felt that the ladies were all drained Britt, so she deserved to get an IV drip from a nurse. Kelly says Kenya's actions were distasteful. I don't know if that's a word, but is distasteful a word?
Yeah,
List. It is?
I use it.
That's so distasteful. I think it is a word. Maybe that's the way she said it.
It's you know what?
Is it?
It's a word.
It's the way she said it that made it be like,
Did she make
huh?
that up?
Huh? That's the way
Kind
she
of
said
like
it was like that
with
word kicked her
shocked.
ass.
With shocked. So now
I
you
was in
question
shock.
this. Now you
Yes,
question distasteful. Yeah, that's what it is.
I
I
was in
believe
shock.
that one's in the dictionary.
List. Uh, okay, so it was full of distasteful, shocked. What did you think about the pity party at the beginning of the episode? Because I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, this is inconsistent with everything that we've seen from Britt Edie so far. Like I said last episode, she's coming in. I'm so sorry, Kenya. Here's your flowers. I'm so sorry, Kenya. Here's your card. Okay, you're gonna kick me out of the building. Okay, it's okay. You're not gonna speak to me. I understand. Bullshit. What did you think, Sammie?
That's exactly what
But
I think
before you
about
even
it.
give me that, Sammie, you weren't here. You haven't been here in a couple of weeks. What did you think of what Kenya's retaliation and all that was before you do that?
Well, I'll bundle that all up with
Okay,
this.
bundle it up for the people.
So I agree with Brie. Like nobody should have to be publicly humiliated for the things they've done in their past and such and all that. I just, it's hard to sympathize with her when she was the antagonist. She came on with preconceived notions, picking at Kenya. I mean, I don't see anybody who has agreed that Kenya asking about the ring was like a dagger or her trying to throw darts. She was simply just asking a question, trying to get to know the girl. But even with that, we saw Kenya greet her. We saw Kenya give her hugs that weren't good enough. So I feel like whatever Kenya did, Britt was going to have an issue with it. Now, I'm a firm believer of don't bother nobody if you don't want them bothering you, because you cannot dictate how they're going to retaliate. Did Kenya go too far? Hell yeah, she absolutely went too far, but it was not unwarranted. It's not like she was sitting home bored and was like, hey, let me see what Britney used to do. The girl was picking on her, and to the point of threatening her, whether she had the gun on her, whether the pistol was on her or not, whether she meant it, whether it was a spur of the moment in the rage. You don't bring up a weapon and your husband and your whips and everything else you got for a person when you're arguing with them. Whether you're intentionally saying I'm going to do such and such, you are giving a threat. And there's no way around it. Like she said on Watch What Happens Live, well, I didn't threaten her. I just said I had it. What was the point of mentioning it if you were not trying to intimidate her in some type of way? I think it's hard. It's easy to just say Kenya was wrong for what she did without taking into the full context of everything. Like Kenya was ignorant to do that at your spa, your big event that you said you put $400,000 in this. You're dedicating it to your daughter, and then you use that moment to attack somebody who really wasn't even worth it. That was just completely stupid. But I cannot fault her for feeling like if nobody else will have my back, then I'm just gonna do it for myself. She apparently brought it to production, and they did an investigation. I guess later on, and found out that Britt didn't have the gun on her at the moment. So I don't know how that even works. Um, but I mean, Kenya did what she felt like she had to do to defend herself. Was it ignorant? Yes. Was it unwarranted? No. She just went too far. And I mean, that's classic Kenya. And I also think that it has to be said for production with Atlanta. They have used sex scandals to fuel us fans and keep us going, thinking that we find it interesting for a while. So I thought Kenya was just tagging along with what she knew that they could do. She just took it too damn far. I do want to know. I know Kenya said she had a private investigator. I want to know not who it is, but like exactly where did they get the information from? Because she said she did webcam when she was in her 20s. Then she said she had her boyfriend film when she was a teenager. In the early on episode, she was bragging about how she was a video vixen and all these things, and she was just so proud of. And now that it's come to the forefront, she's crying tears. She got the tears on her titties in the confessional, saying, "Oh my God, boo boo, my license, setting up the whole I'm losing my license." She's lying for sympathy at this point. I mean, which we learned later on in the episode. She's a beautiful girl, but even with that, it's very clear that she's full of insecurities from the sisters to all these people that pick on her in her life. I don't know what the girl. She's one of them women who have just simply had to rely on pretty And when you come around a bunch of bitches with substance, you got to give more. You can't, so you just say they don't like me because I can't provide what they can. It really was, to me, just a classic case of extreme insecurity. And she came across another pretty girl like Kenya who could rely on her pretty, but can actually back it up with, sometimes probably isn't the best thing, but I don't feel bad for Britt. You picked that girl, she bit your ass. It's a Chihuahua in a pit bull fight, and she got what she was looking for. She just didn't expect for it to hit that hard, and because it was so ignorant of Kenya, she's playing on it with the cast and everybody else.
Well, there you have it. Ooh wee. I don't know what much more to add for that. I've already said what I said. I just am not going for the pity party. It's inconsistent. It does not, to me, feel that she is actually someone that is truly hurt by this. And I hate that because I am a man, okay? So I understand where my opinion and critique could kind of borderline into it not being my territory and not my business. I totally get it. I am not judging that based off of me being a woman and how that would feel. I'm not a woman, and I don't know how that would feel coming from a woman to be shamed for a sexual act. However, you know, if someone was to post my nudes unwillingly, unbeknownst to me, or me in the sexual act, unbeknownst to me, I still think that I would feel some type of way about it. And I would feel some type of way about it, regardless to whether or not I did something. However, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You live by the shade, you die by the shade. So if you go around there fucking with somebody first, most especially someone that you already have a preconceived notion about, then what the fuck do you expect when they give you what you were looking for? So in this case, I find it hard to be empathetic to Brit because it just doesn't feel genuine. It feels like, poor me, this is how I'm going to get in with the girls because I don't know how to make genuine connections and be a girl's girl on my own, without scandal or without something attached to it to force them onto my side, as we'll see later. This is going to force them to be my friend now. This is going to force them to be on my side. When if she would just chill and read the room, she would already recognize that everyone, including Kenya, for the most part, have been welcoming to her, and she was welcomed into a new group. I think that's the caveat that's missing. She doesn't know how to operate amongst a group of women, and I think that we see that throughout this particular episode as well, with her sisters, as she mentions, and then later on with the girls. But in this scene, I'm not going for it, and neither did Mike. If your husband don't buy it, then I'm not either. I don't know what else.
Especially when you've already led, your earlier episodes. It's just hard for me to have relationships with women and then we got your own sisters saying that they can't get along with you. It's like, girl, I get some people may be the problem, but you got to take some type of responsibility as well. Like, everybody just ain't fucking with you because they ain't got nothing else to do.
Everybody just not fucking with you because you're pretty. Everybody not fucking with you because I'm finna be shady as fuck. Everybody not fucking with you because you're.
Read your notes.
Okay. Shamia's hosting the ladies, and Angela and her fan comes in, and she lets everybody know that she's not perimenopausal. She's just the baddest bitch in the room, and so she's so hot. She needs a fan to cool off. And I said, do it to it, Angie O. I know that's right, bitch. I'm living for Angie O.
Mm-hmm. Angie Kelly, I'm sorry. Angie Kelly and Shamia, they just slapped me in the face because when they was giving us all the sneak peeks and all, I was like, what is all this? Who the little girl, the little short girl? She looked like a child. Them girls are on that TV carrying, and I am loving every minute of it. Shamia's giving Housewife. Kelly is just perfect. And Angela, we're going to have to watch Angela. But I know I said Kelly was my favorite one so far, but I think Angela just stood on top.
Angela is coming through. I really was thrown off by Angela initially with the whole Shamia thing because it really just threw me off how she was so, rowdy and about it for me out of nowhere. But I think this time finally it was a little more organic what we got. But Angie I'm calling her Angie O. Her confessionals, they ate this episode like
she was really pretty.
She what?
She gives me like she could have hung with Nene and Sheree and all them back. She was.
You know what though? She would have been the villain.
I would have probably been okay. She would have been Kenya before Kenya.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, she would have been the villain because back then, for some reason, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, we vilified the new girls. Phaedra came on the scene and was like, honey, who is this? That's Nene's fault, though. I think. I don't know. Did you like Phaedra? No, and then Phaedra's edit at the beginning and was like, "Who is this?"
So I couldn't get a good read on Phaedra. But after she had the baby, I started enjoying her, and then when her and Candy's, I enjoyed her and Candy's friendship, but I always had like little, But overall, I'm not a Phaedra fan. I'm so glad that Phaedra. I'm glad she's back with this group of girls. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Candy would have fit with this group of girls?
Candy would have fit with this group of girls because Candy can blend in wherever. That's just.
And she is this group of girls, technically, for the most part, right?
Yeah, when you're a true peach. I know we have the lean here saying they're so glad that she got the boot and made room, but she would have fit in. She would have fit in.
Hey, the lean. Oh no, y'all. Ooh. Who's running the lean account tonight?
I have an idea.
Oh, okay. Everybody, make sure that you tune in to the lean. I believe Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. for the final part of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, part 3. And then tune into them as well to see what else they pick up along the summer until the Salt Lake City slate starts again around September. So with that being said, Angela came in with the fan because she's the baddest bitch in the room. I know that's right. The girls all arrive, and Kelly says that Kenya's actions were too premeditated for her, and if it were her, she probably would not make up with Kenya. And Porsha agrees, in her confessional that I'm just saying. But that's what we being honest. I probably wouldn't be the bitch friend either. And I'll be honest with you, if she did it to me, we would never be cool.
Yeah, I listen. I agree with that, but I think the difference is I wouldn't have just been picking with her unnecessarily, so she would have had no reason to bother me.
Kenya would have had to come out of her way to mess with me for me to get her. If it's not directed, it's not respected. Mm-hmm. Come on over. You want a piece of
She was quoting the wrong Meg Thee Stallion lyrics in her when she did that. Been that, but she should have did that one. It was not directed.
Was that a Meg Thee Stallion lyric?
Uh-huh.
What song was that?
It's one of them songs. It's like a beginning when she's like doing her intro. She picked the wrong song.
What she should have picked?
She should have did that one. If it's not directed, it's not respected.
Oh, that's a Meg Thee Stallion lyric too.
That's a lyric too. See,
well, you a Texas diva, so y'all know all the Meg Thee Stallion lyrics.
We love Meg here in Houston.
We'll listen to the song.
It's probably another reason I have an ick with the girl.
That is so crazy though, because remember I said that I was trying to figure out what the date was for the hair opening, and I said it was the day after her, Phaedra, and Sheree went to Meg Thee Stallion's concert in Atlanta. So then she gonna pull up to that thing with that Meg Thee Stallion lyric, thinking Meg was gonna be like, "Ride, girl, ride, you ate that." No. Kenya. She put too much thought into that when she just simply could have, did what she did. The cold shoulder was enough. Maybe, I don't know.
She should have did that to all of her. Like, why would you spend all that money to get your business up, and then one of your first things you do is say, "Hey, who is this hoe?" Like, you could have did that. You see that at Shamia house, they got Kelly had a brunch. You had so many opportunities. You could have had a one-on-one with Brittany, say, "Hey, quit bothering me," or "This is what's gonna happen." Like I feel like Kenya is too smart to have been so stupid in that moment.
Or like, if you're gonna put her pictures up with a "Do not enter" sign, trespass, and something. I don't know. She could figure something else out. I don't know. Anyway, Shamia's mom offers uplifting words to the ladies and lets them know that they're all grown women. I know that's right. Angela asked Porsha directly why she came for Charles. Why you talking about my man? And Porsha said, "Oh, girl, I was just kidding. I was just joking. You don't know me like that, but when you get to know me, you know I was just joking. I didn't mean anything about that." What do you think about Porsha saying that? Like, what are we thinking about that? Because, like, are you like saying stuff for like just to have something to say? Because
it seemed like Porsha came back and everybody was like, "Hoorah, hoorah!" And I think that she had like she didn't get to perform the way she wanted to, given, the divorce and Simon trying to cancel what she filmed and stuff. But I don't understand her speaking on Charles, speaking on anybody's husband at this point, given what she's going through and, you know, how easy it could be to dart back at her regarding her husband. But
she's 0 for 2.
yeah, you know what she said on her YouTube, she don't know nothing about these men, so she don't know about Charles. It was a joke. But I mean, given she said that they were like saying they were having like a little game, playing a game at the bank, and every time they would ask Angela a question, she would give like some little foo-foo answers. So Porsha was trying to get like a rise out of her, like, "Hey, I know something about Charles," but it was supposed to
because she thought she was boring.
That's what she told us.
Right.
She learned quickly though. I guess the girl got a little spice to her.
But why make that is so stupid?
I mean, she got to have something going on.
Yeah, there's something going on, but now I'm gonna read you for talk. Now you shouldn't put my man name in your mouth at all to begin with, because now I got to read you for making up stuff and playing on my man's top. You don't know what that did in my house.
She has to be mindful too. Like these are girls you just met, and from them, their interpretation is that you come around and you take the girl's man off the show. So you can't be joking with them about their man when they don't even know you well enough at this point. Because Angela probably thinks she got eyes for Charles.
And then which wouldn't surprise me. Fuck that. But the thing also is, if it was such a joke, why you didn't just say, "Girl, I'm joking"?
Well, she said it at the table, but I guess Angela wants you to hear that.
Did they cut that out? Did we see her say joking at the table?
No, she said they edited it out. She said Angela made a big scene, like was banging on her glass with the fork, trying to get everybody's attention because she wants to know what the hell was going on with that Charles question.
They should have aired it. I know that's right.
And she said Porsha was like, I don't know why they edited it out, but apparently Angela. That's why it makes sense. Now, I remember when they were leaving in the car, and Kenny was like, "Well, there go Charles. I ain't going to know Angela." That's what, because Angela had blew up at the table on Porsha about mentioning Charles. So that's what.
Are there black people in the editing room?
I guess it ain't a big deal. So they was like, we don't need that.
It's a big deal. I hate when shows that are like on the verge of like, we don't want to see it anymore or coming back, edit stuff out. You don't have the luxury of editing anything out right now. You can figure that out.
But they should keep them girls off like the socials talking about stuff. Because we be fine with what we see until we learn that they cut out like the good juicy stuff about it. And that's
because Married to Medicine this season, like what?
I still want to see Kawhi run up and push T. We don't get to see none of the good stuff.
I still want to see T Mama run up and push heavily. Evelyn said that lady tried to fight her.
Tried to whoop her ass. She said she used to be trying to whip Dr. G ass, and I heard. I said that woman ain't gonna learn. Evelyn ain't gonna learn. She ain't gonna learn till somebody really whoops her ass.
Somebody need to. She ain't lying.
She ain't lying, but she ain't had to say it.
But she shouldn't have said it, is what Porsha said. So Drew says that every day with Ralph is a nightmare, and she's getting ready for court with Ralph soon. Porsha is going through it with Simon as well. She says that PJ asked where he was when she got in the bed, and it really sent Porsha into an emotional spiral. So Porsha texts Porsha texts Simon saying, PJ asked about you and wants to talk about you. And the people posted that meme with that looking that phone down, click. They say Simon say click and didn't answer the phone. Drew says that they have more in common than they know. Is this what we would have rather seen this season? Drew and Porsha bonding over their divorces as opposed to Drew and Porsha ready to rip their eyes out over the hot dog man?
If I could be completely honest, we were not really interested in either marriages. We didn't know too much about Porsha's. I would have much rather see them just like when Drew first came on, like getting along and I guess playing in the go naked hair or something. I'm not interested in the feud either because it just seems like. I mean, Porsha says she feels like it's a storyline, but I kind of feel like she knew it was like some fake stuff, but because she don't have much to offer right now, she went along with it. So I don't know. I'm not really Porsha and Drew. They're pretty girls. Porsha been showing up to set looking real cute, but other than that, she said I saw a clip where she did another YouTube video where she said I guess they were in the theater and Pilar saw Shamia's husband from the back and thought it was Simon, and she said she had to get up and leave. She told Pilar, "I'll be right back. I got to go cry in the hallway." I'm like, "Was somebody with the baby? You just went up, left her in the theater, and went out to go cry because she thought it was Simon again." I got to watch the whole thing, but Porsha, I don't want Porsha on YouTube. I don't want Porsha on YouTube.
You know, leave YouTube to the YouTube girls.
Yeah.
That's it. I used to like it. I don't care anymore. I like what I'm presenting. I don't want to know, like you said, I don't want to know we got more. I don't want to know we got less. You better give me what we came to get, you know?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what it is. I don't want to say I'm losing interest in like all the Housewives. It's just something that's just it's not must see TV for me anymore.
Yeah, it's not must see TV. I'm just gonna go ahead and give them credit though because season 16 is way better than the last three, but I don't know what it's going to take. I think there's a shift in culture as a whole right now. So
Well,
I don't know.
and I don't not these particular girls, like they're enjoyable, they're doing well.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then this whole Kenya stuff, it's like I'm just
a little burnout. It's been a lot.
yeah.
Housewives of Atlanta has been a lot this season. We're only 6 episodes in, and it's like the drama that they've tried to create surrounding the show to get the eyes to the show. I think it's going to have the Dr. Heavenly effect where, you know, it was at first intriguing, and then you have too much of it, and then you get sick of it because people are really sick of it. They may watch out of obligation. Some do watch because they truly do enjoy that style of YouTube and commentary as far as the stars themselves giving the behind the scene deets. And I know that Porsha is, you know, probably considering this contributing to the success of the show. I just don't know if she is something that I want to watch on a weekly basis do this. I kind of feel like she doesn't need to.
As far as YouTube?
Yeah.
Now Porsha she doesn't need to.
I don't think that Shamia needs to, but I think Shamia is more suited for it, if that makes sense.
Shamia be doing YouTube too?
Shamia has a YouTube, but it's like she's just enjoyable. I don't know how to put it, you know?
That lady really made me eat my words.
Yes. Let me hear it. Go ahead and let the people hear it.
Read your notes.
No, no, that's not in the notes, baby. Go ahead and say it.
Let me tell you something. I told you I wanted to see it for myself, and I've seen it for myself. Shamia is.
You cussed me out. You cussed me out. I said, baby, I hate to break it to you, but Shamia gonna be the center of the show. Oh, you went.
Count me out. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be there.
Call her broke. Can you believe that? You called her broke.
I ain't called a girl broke.
You did, you didn't, and then she dropped that $9 million house on her ass, didn't
I don't ever remember calling her broke because I always knew she had money. I don't know. I didn't want to see her, but I love her now on the camera.
That's good. So yeah, Kelly asked Angela. Oh, I'm so far down. I'm sorry. We're gonna get to it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in wherever you're watching. We do greatly appreciate it. If you're listening to us on No Chaser TV, the podcast with Chase Brown, hey, go ahead and give us 5 stars and leave a review. That way we can go ahead and continue doing what we love to do, which is gab about these shows and connect with you guys wherever you're watching or wherever you're listening. So we're still at the event. Drew says that she would love to be there for Porsha, but unfortunately, that's just not the place they're in at this time. You know, Porsha said that she was joking about everything. And Porsha, you know, just got done crying about PJ. So we move forward from there. Boop, 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 boop. 1 second. True PJ. Okay, so from there, Porsha says that her and Dennis do not talk about Drew at all, and Drew lets us know that she's cousins with Michael Jordan.
Oh, Lord, Drew. But you know, I feel like she said that before somewhere.
She might be telling the truth. You want to know why? Because back in elementary school, I was in elementary school when Sister was on, right? So the Sister and Smart Guy, they was it, right? So there was this girl in my class. I'm gonna just say her first name, Natia. Natia said that she was cousins with her and her cousin were cousins with the twins and what's her name. So we did not believe them. Like we would be like, girl, You just want to be it. You just want to be that girl. Okay, girl, you know them. So what? Like, you don't even know them. You lying for real. And one day she pulled up with a picture of them over the weekend. Bitch, gad the girls down to the elementary school. Do you hear me? So
Was it
she
like a
actually did.
was it like a fan picture, or was she like with them being a
Hey, we
family?
were in elementary school, so we accepted it.
Okay, so she was lying then.
Now, no, she may have been lying. Damn.
You know, I don't. My sister, her last name is Palmer, and she be telling people that she's cousin with Kiki Palmer, and she just be just saying stuff just because she thinks it's funny, and that's why I'm like, I don't just okay, Drew Jordan, because you're from Chicago, he played in Chicago. You think we just gonna believe that?
He
All
from
the vibes,
Chicago?
huh?
Is he from Chicago?
I don't know if he's from there, but I know he played, and majority of his stuff was
Right, yes. In the
Bull.
Bulls.
So I don't believe Drew.
I remember when this girl, Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. So I'm at the club, right? Me and my friends out. So they had all just get done leaving that comedian Mitch who does like the Harry Potter skits and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know who he is.
No, it's a woman. It's a girl. She does like
Well,
I
then
think
I
her name
bet.
is like the baddest Mitch, I think her name is, or something like that.
Uh-uh.
On
The
TikTok. She's
bad is
super
who?
Mitch. She's like really popular. She does like the Harry Potter skits. Like she just does skits and comedy. She's a comedian, right? So she had
Mhm.
a stand-up show in Atlanta, and my friend went to college with like her sister or them or somebody in that crew that he went to college with. So we're all out. We're da 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 da. Now I don't know the connections, right? I just didn't see Mitch there, right? So I'm talking to this girl and I say, I heard y'all went to Mitch concert. Like, was she like? Is she really funny? Like, is she like? Because sometimes the YouTube girls, the TikTok girls, they not really funny when they do those skits. Like, is she funny? And she was like, yeah, my sister is like funny as fuck. And I was like,
Oops.
thank God I didn't push it and say she's not funny. You know what I mean? I was just like, girl, are they funny? She was like, yeah, they funny. And after that, we got along for the rest of the night because she didn't take it as me being shady. You know what I mean? But she could have. Would you have taken that as shade?
Mm-mm. I'm
Yeah.
not greedy. I'm not easily offended.
Ooh, catch that dirt. Speaking of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kelly and Khloe are doing yoga and discussed the article about Kelly that came out around all of the blogs last year about her messy ass divorce. Um, he hasn't seen the kids since he's been out, and he's been out for quite some time. For a while, excuse me, Khloe says that she doesn't want to end up like her mom, so she doesn't think that she'll get married, which makes her mom sad. And Khloe also feels like the ex-husband did not want her because, hey, the ex-husband did not want her because did not want to adopt her, excuse me, that being Khloe, because it seems like his interest is in the younger children. So that's pretty deep. She did agree to go back to therapy as opposed to doing yoga. And I'm glad she's going back to therapy, Sammie, because that's a lot of emotion to work through. Someone who's raised you, for you to feel like because you recognize that you're not biologically theirs, that they don't care about you anymore, and all that kind of stuff, as well as seeing how marriage went for her mom and not wanting that for herself. That would make me sad as a parent because just because my shit don't work out or didn't work out doesn't mean that you can't be better than me and see where we did wrong and apply that to your life and move forward. I thought it was a sad scene overall. Did you have any thoughts about Khloe and Kelly?
Yeah, it was a cute scene. Khloe was chewing her ass up a little bit from the picture to the. I don't want to end up like. I mean, it was all in fun, but I do agree. I'm glad that she did say that she wants to do therapy because even aside from feeling a way about her stepdad, she still. I remember Kelly had mentioned something about she caught her crying in the bathroom floor, but then she, went and got the girls together. So now she has to kind of step up in a way that she probably doesn't want to, or probably wouldn't have had to if her mom was in a better situation with the marriage. So she's taking on like a motherly role in some way to her sisters, and then you have to deal with their father not really caring for you. So yeah, she should get therapy early on before it's too late, and hopefully through that she will have like a different viewpoint on relationships and marriages and
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that she is in a place like of comfort where she can kind of discuss that with her mama.
Yeah, I was going to say the fact that she was able to feel comfortable to verbalize that, because a lot of kids internalize that and don't say anything. I was one of them. So, like the fact that she felt safe enough to express that, not feel judged, and ask for therapy is a testament to Kelly's parenting, I would say, in my opinion. Um, so Drew is at home with the children eating, and it's time for Ralph to go ahead and have his time with the kids as he comes upstairs from the basement and lets her know to pack her shit and get out that motherfucking house. They get in the they get in the argument about they get in the argument about the exterminator bill because Ralph says that he's not paying it, or he didn't think he should pay it because she does not pay any bills in the house. And Drew says that she's taking care of that specific bill for the last couple of months, although her attorney has informed her, that she does not need to, due to their agreement. It sounds like to me, from what I've heard, that Drew needs to pay the mortgage, and he's responsible for the bills and the utilities, is what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but if
Well, he
that's the
said
case,
she don't pay for nothing, so she can pay. She was like, you don't pay for any bills. She kind of shut that down real quick. But I mean, I don't know what's wrong with Drew. Like, I bet when that attorney told her that, if the attorney told her that, she was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to bring this up on camera. Like, I need to talk to you about something. And it's about the goddamn exterminator. Drew, you could have sit there in a text message, had one of them kids go slide a note under the door in the basement. It wasn't that damn big of a deal. And then y'all been
Drew,
worried about it for like
wait,
3 weeks. Whatever y'all
you're
been trying to
talking.
get rid of and ate up everything in the damn house. At this point, it's been a month. Y'all been going back and forth about who going. Drew is just. Drew just she for something to have going on. I know I giggled when she was counting down for the baby to come get her hair done. I said, that's Ralph Child for real. She don't give a damn about nothing Drew got going on. Count to you till you blue in the face. I'm not coming. I said, that's Ralph's daughter.
Child, I almost said something, but spell the rod, spoil a child. That's the clean version of it, guys. Was what I was gonna say. You know, do anybody understand what the agreement is? Does the attorney understand what the agreement is? Do Drew and Ralph understand what the agreement is? Because why would Ralph come up on camera while she's still on the premise if it's not technically his time? It's almost his time.
Well, after this, she said something about like you usually call or you usually text.
He says he never does that. He never comes up from the lower level, and this is making it hard for them to co-parent. And hopefully one day they'll be friends, but today is not the day. And I understand why today is not the day, because you guys are arguing. Now I thought Ralph may have been telling the truth about something, because she got up real quick and shut that conversation down. And if Drew thinks she's right, she don't get up and walk away from no confrontation.
She said she's learning that her responses have to be better. But hell, I think the man was telling the truth. You don't pay for nothing, I pay for everything. Drew said, let me go ahead and get my ass up out of here.
Get up out of here. We're trying to get this Atlanta check.
Before I mess that part of the agreement up and I can't pay for my demos, let me go ahead and get up out of here. Come on, Allison. Let's go. I go finish this scene in the car. Let me cry in the car. Hot mic like I don't know what's on. Let me get up out of here.
Come on, Allison. Let's go ahead and go for I fuck up the money for both of us. I'm taking care of me, you 85 children. Allegedly, even though I ain't spending none of the damn money on him, because Ralph supposed to be doing it, and Ralph, we don't even know what he do. Ooh.
That's what I was curious about. When he said he paid for all the bills, I was thinking, well, damn.
How?
One day, ain't it something in the divorce said he can't afford nothing, so he want her to pay spousal support? It's so much going on with them two. Since day one.
You think he's selling dick?
I almost said something. I don't know what the man is doing. Clearly he's doing it well if he's paying all the bills. I'll say that. You think it's from the book, that book deal he got, the book he wrote about JoJo? You think he got some good?
He didn't write that book about JoJo. What the name of that book was? How I don't want to be the daddy to this child of their mind.
He not my son, but he my son. Something like that.
What the fuck was that?
Maybe he gets.
That's my JoJo. Get the. Ooh, I wanted Drew up out. Ooh, I wanted Drew fired that season. Ooh. I want her out of there, girl. Why would you do that? Why would he? What? He's not my son, but he's my son.
I don't know. That's not the real title. I was just saying. Something.
It was something stupid like that. I don't know who child this is. Come get him. What, bitch? Bitch. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Oh Lord Jesus. The people don't know whether they girl, I don't care about them people. Okay. Y'all know I've never historically cared for Ralph and Drew. So when it comes to Ralph and Drew takes, it probably won't be great on this end because I have officially checked out. I do not care. When I saw him treat her like shit on that rooftop when she was in that ballerina, she was in that figure skating dress. I said, oh no. And then he told her she didn't deserve steak and lobster. She deserved hot dogs and hamburgers, beanies and weenies. I said, oh no. See,
Antonio, they did say something about Ralph worked in tech. I think I do remember that. Antonio said that in the comments.
Oh, Ralph probably do got tech licenses and all that stuff.
That's when he got it in Florida. He was in Florida working on that tech.
What was her name?
Oh no.
Working on that. I thought you were working on that. Okay. Ooh, we honey. Allegedly, go ahead and put that up, Demisio. Don't get us in the shower.
Demisio back there?
Girl, Demisio back there. Well, he was. Demisio, yeah, he back there.
Oh, I see allegedly. He there.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, when last time you seen the comment? Hey, Demisio. And Demisio was here first to catch that dirt. And I didn't tell him what time to be here. Go ahead, Demisio.
She was just sitting back there waiting to clock in. Girl, you need to get you a life. I'm just playing Demisio. You know, Demisio, she gonna start coming up and cussing me out still.
Now wait a minute, honey.
Oh, her mouth got so bad.
Oh, her mouth is so bad, honey. Oh, jeez, Louise. Anyway, let's see who we at. Kelly and Khloe. Okay, it's time for Drew to leave, and she left the house, so we did that. Shamia's at the studio, and Angela arrives. Once she sees Shamia's working with RL, she immediately begins to take her serious as a musician. And she apologizes for not doing so at the bank. But she says, you know, Porsha was doing all that talking like it wasn't yours, and that's your best friend. And since you rap for her like you do, if she don't know that's your voice, then how should I believe it's your voice? And I don't even like you. I just called you Flavor Flav last week. And Flavor Flav don't even sing, he rap.
And not even that, it's not lost upon me that she still feel away about that comment Porsha made about Charles. So now Angela, like, let me go ahead and I'm gonna mix all this up.
And she's stirring it up.
Stirring it up. And everybody keeps saying she like she ain't messy. Baby, she is a smart.
Oh, she is messy as fuck.
She is messy as hell. But I love it. I hate that I do, but hey, she's doing it in a way that you can appreciate.
It's grown woman messy. It's Housewives. Girl, I sure hate that. Because what? I apologize to you, Shamia, for me not taking your song serious. Period. That's all we needed, right? That's all Shamia needed. But Angela says, but I was sitting next to Porsha, who is your best friend. So if she didn't believe it, why should I? God damn.
Get it going.
Good stuff. That's good stuff. That's good stuff, man. You guys hate the Housewives. I get it. It's boring. I get it. But appreciate good stuff when it's good stuff too. And we could be honest. Angela putting out some good messy shit. Because Kenya left, she say, move, I got it.
You need an old bitch up here that's going to get the shit going. Come on, I got you, Kenya. I got you. Because Angela, she working. She doing it very quietly, but the girl is working.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, ever since the episode where she said, well, I'm the one who wrote that question, I said, oh
shit.
Oh, bitch.
That's a messy bitch.
I see you now, girl. Now I'm watching you real good. I'm gonna question everything you do and say at this point.
God. Oh God. You young hoes ain't doing it right. Move on. She trying to shoot some damn body. She over here showing a girl giving a blowjob. Let me move the fuck. Move. Get your ass back there and don't move. Remember that little meme of that lady? Sit your ass back there and don't come up here. I got this. I'm gonna drive this bus because you hoes is ignorant. Anyway, wow. Shamia says, you know what? Yeah, I was a little hurt that Porsha chose to talk all over my song and not respect it and support me as the best friend. And Angela then says, take my hand, baby. Because I hope that she's just as supportive to you as you are to her. Left her hand in the wind, turned back around and let Jury come on in and fuck up the scene for everybody else. I know that's right.
The girl is working.
Oh my God. Who knew? Let me tell you something. That production company is truly original. They also produce Basketball Wives. I guess they've been pitching Angela for years. We finally got Angela, but I'm so glad. At first, I was kind of disappointed that because Ming. So it seems like the production company wanted Ming, and the higher ups didn't, which is why she's not on Atlanta. But they did find her a place on VH1. There's no tea, no shade to Ming. At one point, because Ming is dating Ty, who Drew allegedly was munching on carpets with, and she also dated Rick Ross, who what's the girl name? Who Britt also dated. I thought Ming would have been a good fit for the group, honestly. However, boy, oh boy, could you imagine if we ever lost? We would have lost Angela to basketball wise.
I don't know. I'm glad she's where she's at.
I'm glad she's where she's at. We need Angela, bitch. Angela got that scene cracked up because now Drew enters and Drew starts to take Shamia serious as well. Once she sees RL and says, "Damn, that bitch got money."
Did you see when Shamia started playing her music, how she was listening? That bitch Drew was listening, like, damn, how I'm gonna top this?
Damn, that's good. Yeah, that's ultimate respect. And also, like, you can tell she was motivated, like Janet Jackson listening to Michael Jackson new album or something. You know what I'm saying? Or like not even Janet Jackson, because that's being nice. Like Latoya Jackson. Oh wait, that's Angela. Like Tito Jackson listening to Michael album and being like, fuck. How am I gonna top this shit? Rest in peace, Tito. I just said Tito because everybody know Tito. I love the Jacksons. Anyway, Drew arrives and she's listening to the song like she wishes it were hers, and she wish she had the budget to make it so, but she don't have Gerald money. She got Dennis money. From there, Drew says that she feels about her music the same way as Shamia feels, and Drew says the way that the publishing is set up, it could pay for PJ's college. Shamia says it's paid for. And then Drew says, well, it could buy some snacks. And Shamia's like, you don't read the fucking room, do you? Because why are you trying to get beat up? What is your fucking problem? From there, before you go ahead, let me go ahead and get a couple of these out of the way. From there, Britt says she told her mom a woman tried to shame her for giving fellatio, beginning and the end, no context. Her mom was supportive and her sisters have been as well. This is the first time they've spoken in months. Britt cries because she's always been she's always been dealing with hate from other women her whole life. She's tired of it. Back in the day, it hurt her when people would make up lies about her. And Kenya called her, amongst other things, insurance fraud, a video hoe, and an escort. Her reputation is now tarnished because of what Kenya did and not because of what she may have allegedly did. Britt's mom says Kenya is supposed to be Miss USA and teach the girls the way. Instead, she teaching us some bullshit. That's it. Now, mama got a point. Because her mama did have a point. And Britt is going to be classy and take the high road. When they go low, she'll continue as she's always done to go high. Now, Shamia and Porsha hook up, and Shamia is going to put her feelings aside and be there for P as she's coming out of her self-induced self-preservation. They talk about Angela being Netta Oakley, which is funny because she always talking about Charles. And P says Dennis told her if he films with Drew, it would be only for promo, although he had recently told her that he would not film with her. Then the flashback shows that he definitely filmed her. So I don't know what the hell that's about. But P was then told Drew still tried to film with him, and Dennis declined. But as I mentioned, the flashback showed that they did indeed film with each other in the studio. Dennis wanted Porsha to be the one to tell him he didn't want her to film with Drew, and she wants Dennis to make the decision on his own. She really is protective of their co-parenting relationship due to the demise of her relationship with Simon. She does finally ask Shamia what's going on in her life, and Shamia is focusing on expanding her family, as she says. But then Shamia, being the selfless friend that she is, goes ahead and puts some attention back onto Porsha and discusses the embryo that they have with Simon. Porsha says that she does not have the time right now to think about the embryos because their marriage and their relationship is in a state of disarray, and she can't think about none of that shit until everything else is fixed first. She says that it's hurtful for her that Simon is always going to social media and airing out any issues they have. And P says that Simon wants to remain at war with her because he wants to be a star. She's at war with an influencer husband. So I broke those 3 scenes down. The first scene is just to remind everybody, is the one with Britney and her mom. Then we talked about um, Shamia and Porsha. I think we did one more before besides that. Drew, oh excuse me, Drew, Shamia, and the girls at the studio. So Drew, Shamia, and the girls at the studio. Sammie, what did you think about Drew from there? Discussing Portia's child.
I thought we all knew that the kids is a no. Like, it was supposed to be like a little playful joke, but your album's gonna pay for her college tuition. Drew, what the hell? Wait, never mind, because I know she, it's her album, so she thinks it's gonna do well. I heard it's good. I haven't listened to it yet. But
Oh God!
No, I haven't. I haven't. But I thought
I'm talking about you. Talking about you think she think it's gonna do well.
I mean, when you make an album, you want it to go out there and do well. Like, clearly they doing this whole, we're gonna use Dennis and me filming for promo, so she has high hopes for the album, even to the point of saying, "Look, Porsha, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just toss this Go Naked ambassador stuff in the trash because me and Dennis finna get this album popping." It was dumb. It was an ignorant comment to make. I'm glad Shania kind of quelled it the best way she could, but Drew don't think. She does not think. She's Drew. She's been Drew, and I don't see it changing. Again, like I said, I enjoyed Angela. Angela seems like she was made for this, for Housewives. It's probably something she's just doing in her spare time, but she's having fun with it, and I'm enjoying her as well. What was the other scene? Britt with her mama. Listen, yeah, Kenny was Mistress of A, and Kenny should be doing all these things, but why? How long has your daughter been going around terrorizing everybody? Because she stepped in and told you, I've been telling you for years how they would just make stuff about me and pick on me. As the parent, did you ever say, hey, baby, what is really going on out there? Like, when she was saying they was making up stuff, was it like saying stuff like, hey, they going around telling people I'm giving fellatio on camera? Like, was it stuff like that the people were making up? Like, I just don't understand. And I get that a parent can't control or monitor their child 100% of the time, but if the way that Britt was, shedding those tears and saying that I've been telling you I've been going through this for a while, at what point did anybody in the family ever think to say, well, girl, what's really going on? Or could they? Because hell, thinking about it, this is what brought her and her sisters back together. It's a bunch of BS. I feel like the whole damn house over there, all of them is just full of it. Like, this is what made y'all finally start to speak because she got cameras and she's been exposed, or however she wants to frame it for her previous things that she was doing. And now you got the mama up here with that wig all twisted, fussing and screaming about what Kenya should be doing and shouldn't be doing. Where were you at as a mom when this girl was telling you all these people was making up stuff about her? I just listen. It was like I said earlier, it was messed up with Kenya that it was trash. But your daughter should have been go. You can't be going around poking people, and then when they bite your ass, now you got the tears. The waterworks is going. I'm just not here for the pity party stuff. I'm not here for it. As far as Porsha, Shamia, I honestly, and I hate to say it because I said it initially, I hope that they didn't allow this show to kind of bring friction to their friendship. But I think it has, I'm not going to say it's ran its course, but I don't think those girls are best friends anymore. And I think they both know it, especially Shamia, especially after Porsha didn't make her wedding. They have just been kind of going downhill since. And I think at this point, they probably should just allow it to be whatever it is. Like, they don't have to keep trying to push that they are best friends because us as viewers, we just don't see it anymore. And we know we can see it, y'all feel it. So, I mean, keep being there for each other, I guess, but just don't overplay the part because we don't want no more fake stuff on the TV. We got enough for Drew.
Oh, okay. Speaking, we got enough of Drew. Good Lord. All right. Listen. As far as Drew is concerned, like I said, she just is cruising for a bruising. I don't know what you want at this point. If you thought the girl mentioning a gun around Kenya was bad, what do you think is going to happen to you when Porsha Mania runs wild on you? I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Porsha 316 is going to kick your ass. Like, what do you think is going to happen? She's going to give you a rock bottom. Like, what? If she does not want you filming with her baby daddy, then why do you think she would want you mentioning her daughter? Turn it on. And if I was Shamia, I'd tell her before Angela do this. You better be Angela to the punch. It just makes no sense to me. And then from there, I also think Sammie. Oh,
What?
okay, nothing. Never mind. I also think that Dennis wanting Porsha to tell him not to
Ugh.
film with Drew, and Porsha wanting him to know to do it himself is some borderline we back together, like some off and on relationship game bullshit. That's the game people play when they're in relationships. Are they still have some sort of romantic interest, or is it like once it's my baby daddy, once that's my baby mama, I'm gonna always play with them whether I want them or not? Like I don't know, but it's just like you need to either set the hard boundary or he needs to set the hard no, and it just needs to be that. Now you like playing games with it. I don't know. It just felt like relationshipy. Did it not to you?
Yeah, and even though I mentioned earlier, I saw a little clip of her, a little YouTube stuff. He was there in the background saying, "I ain't talked to you since you blocked me for 2 weeks." She was like, "Nah." I was like, "Oh, y'all just go ahead and just go get married and fuck. We just sick of it. We just sick of it. Go be together." But I mean, I feel like they both enjoy that. Portia makes it seem like she doesn't, but you ain't finna. The way she tried to whip that man and his mama, you care. You're not finna act like that if you just don't care. But I want to say because I see we have comments and people they say like we don't have empathy for Brit or it's easy to dislike her. No, she is just not a likable person. If that's not been proven from her saying that she can't get along with people or her beefing with her sisters. And I think it was one of our favorites that come around here a lot. I think it was Tangled that said that we don't have empathy for her in the name of
Because
Kenya.
we have favorites.
No, but they were just saying like in the name of Kenya. Think about it. When you say in the name of Kenya, what are you referencing? You're saying because in the name of Kenya for all people, because Kenya did so many antagonizing things to where she was not likable, which is what Brit is doing now. The rules are the rules. They don't change because of the player. So you cannot go around picking on people and then want empathy. Like Kenya was graceful to that girl, giving her hugs, telling her how beautiful she was, calling her Balmain Barbie. It just nothing was good enough. She kept picking and picking and picking to the point Kenya didn't even know that there was an issue until they got to the bank. And at that point, and mind you, Porsha said on her YouTube that Brit was going at Kenya. It was like hours, she said, before Kenya finally was like, "Okay, bitch, you just a peasant." So that girl picked and picked and picked, and then she got picked on, and now everybody wants to have empathy for her. I get what Kenya did was dead ass wrong, but it would have never happened had that girl not been bothering her. Ever
And
happened.
be mindful. You can have empathy for the act, right? And not empathy for the person. So I can acknowledge wholeheartedly that that act that Kenya pulled, that stunt that she did was trashy. It was classless. It was distasteful. It just was all of the above. However, I can also say that I don't feel bad for Brit because she put herself in a situation to be retaliated against. And if you did not poke, prod, and make up an issue for weeks and weeks on end, and then all of a sudden feel remorseful for something that you've absolutely felt no remorse for, like we can go down that hall, we can go down that lane, and all, that aisle or whatever you want to call it, but I'm sorry. And it's not because people like Kenya, at least not on this show. So anybody watching, it is not because people like Kenya on this show, at least not in this square, because I don't give a good god doggone who you are. If you're right, you're right. You're wrong, you're wrong. And that's that. What else is going on? Shout out to What Else Is Going On podcast. Taria, we love you here at No Chaser TV. Yeah, yeah. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and check out me and Taria from What Else Is Going On. We reviewed the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion for the reality rundown with its editor-in-chief, Wellington Gomez. And our own Tori B has also been on there as well with, I forgot his name, so I believe his name is Jihad from the Hopeless Romantic Society. Torby was on with him, and you guys know the Hopeless Romantic Society host is the guy who does the street interviews, mostly based with queer, people of color, LGBTQIA, all of those things. Street interviews about relationships and sex. So, yeah, shout out to Tori B. They talked about Real Housewives of Atlanta with the reality rundown editor in chief, Wellington Gomez. And thank you guys so much. I saw you guys over there in the comments from No Chaser TV. I appreciate y'all. I see you. Thank you, Amanda Kay, and everybody else who went over there. Dolce Delicious, I believe it was. I can't remember who. Robo's Adventure. So thank you guys for showing us some support. in other platforms as well. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe as we move through the reunion, because we're going to pull up at the event hosted by Kelly. But before we do, I wanted to say that Brit is full of shit. And let me tell you why Brit is full of shit. Because she says that this event brought me and my sisters closer, and we haven't spoken in months because we weren't getting along. And I must say that, yes, while they are there for you because those are your sisters, and that's a wonderful thing that you guys recognize when there are hard times and strife and struggle, that you guys will be there for one another. Imagine how fucking draining it is that everything has to revolve around you. Because your sister recently said on the episode that she filmed with you and she felt like she couldn't get time alone with you because every time she does, your husband is in the picture somewhere as he repeatedly calls you on the phone when you're filming a scene with your own sister. And then you say that your sister is sad and depressed, not because she's mourning the loss of her sisterhood, because your man hogs all your time. And then when he gets around you, act like he don't want to be around you. That's what we see on the camera, at least. Not because of those things, but because she's jealous of you for having a man. Why does everything have to revolve around Brit? I would have said, you know what? I love my sister and I love you, girl. And that's fucked up, but I probably would have been there for my sister too. I'm lying, but imagine how frustrating that is. Or am I just like overshooting it on that?
Well, mind you, we don't know how she feel about it now, because she wasn't privy to Brit saying that when all the stuff was going on. That would piss me off. And mind you, I'm telling you that he feel he's getting in our way, and as I'm telling you that he's calling you and he knows the situation, he's just still calling. They have like an attachment issue, but I mean, if it worked for them, then hell, hey.
It's annoying. I will be annoyed. Her mom was there.
So was her sister.
Yeah, right. He's so damn dumb. I just, when I was watching, I was like, oh. And then, as you mentioned earlier, why is it that the girls don't like you? Why is it that everybody's picking on you? Why is it that people always making up rumors about you? What is it about you, a person who, and I'm not saying it doesn't exist, okay? There are times when people do pick on people out of the blue, but this wasn't a 1 or 2 time thing. This is all the time in your whole childhood, and you have traumas surrounding it. You've done absolutely nothing to contribute to these situations. And then that's what you give us on the Housewives of Atlanta. But when we dig up years of you, because you're not saying that this happened to you in 2024. This isn't recent. This is in your past, that girls have hated on you on your past and done things like that to you in your past that affects your present. But when the people dig up the things and they make the blogs, it's always of you being loud, rowdy, rambunctious, rowdy, bout it, pistol packing, whip lashing, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's always so rough, so vixeny, so aggressive, like we saw on a TMZ article where she was going to be on a show called Penthouse with Stevie J, and you were going to be the pen mother or something, like the penthouse mother or something. I don't know. And that's not saying, baby, you're a freak. I'm not saying she is one. If you're freaky, if you're sexual, you whatever, be you. Do your big one, right? But these things are not consistent with what you're attempting to sell us. Like, on one end, you're proud of it, and then on the other end, you're constantly victimized by it. If you owned your past, although Kenya might need her ass whooped for posting you sucking on a ding-a-ling, it wouldn't have sent you to crashing out like that. I would have said that shows everybody how low you are, because I've done absolutely nothing to you, and I own my past. And yeah, I sucked the ding-a-ling, and I was a teenager when it happened. I own my past. I am not my past. In the words of Nene Leakes, I may have stripped in my 20s and my 30s, but on my 40s or whatever, but I don't want a ding-a-ling up my ass today, and that's my right.
Yeah, and to know, like, it's okay. Like, even if she was all those things, she had grew when
nobody
cares. But that's not how she came onto the show. She came on there making sure that we knew that she was the hot girl and she was in high school and doing this in the magazines and this, and it's like, are you happy about it, or are you ashamed of I think I think it's all just performative. I'm not saying that she may not be embarrassed, but I don't think she give a damn in the way that she's putting on.
Like, it's not reading consistent.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to call you a liar before we get to the next scene,
Was she
but
lying?
at this point, it's a bunch of lies. Girl, you got guns and chains and whips, Rihanna. You got them. And if we want to be honest, since we're talking about it, Watch What Happens Live did stated on Watch What Happens Live, and stated that there was an investigation done on Brit, and it was determined that she did not have any weapons at that time. How the fuck?
They probably asked her, "Did you have weapons?" She
Is there
said
not
no.
anybody black working for Bravo, Sammie?
I'm sure they are, but I don't think I don't think they care. It's been noted that from Kenya herself that she's not a favorite of the production company, and I'm pretty sure that there's no way that the girl was saying all that and they didn't hear it. Like, they probably just thought it was like just her just mad and just saying something, so they didn't really take it serious. They probably didn't think it was going to be an issue until Kenya started pressing that she didn't feel safe. So I don't think they investigated. I don't think they cared enough to investigate, because to them they probably just thought this is just the girl's fussing. So,
and then she lies about it. And the reason why I asked, is there not anybody black at Bravo? The reason why I asked that, even if we say hypothetically speaking, right, there was no gun on her person because the bank may have security cameras, right? I highly doubt that the production team is winding the girls down before they come into the scene to film. I highly doubt that. And if that is the case for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I want to know if it's the case in Beverly Hills. And if it's not, then y'all need to quit it.
and you know what? You know, when you talk too much, you're telling yourself. Because she said on Watch What Happens Live, skip that clip that you played earlier where she was saying that she always keeps it on her. She had said she did a little interview. I don't know who she did it with, but I seen clips of that. But then on Watch What Happens Live, she mentioned it again. She was like, I said it because I was fussing. I'm in a bad neighborhood. So girl, you had the gun on you.
You had a gun.
You had the gun on you.
You had a gun.
And that whole, remember the scene earlier, the episode she was on the phone with Kelly, we going to the hood, you know, you had the gun on you just in case, girl. But somehow production said she didn't, so we got to roll with that, I guess.
I ain't rolling with it, because let me tell you why I'm not rolling with it. She might not have had a gun on her person as she was entering the bank and filmed that scene, but her husband was there. The gun could have been in the trunk. Mike could have had that thing on him. You don't know. You don't know. It makes absolutely no sense. There would have been no way that they could have verified that with an investigation after the fact. It does not, like, people are making the argument, and I'm going to call y'all out. People are making the argument because she didn't pull out a gun, and she was not going to pull out a gun. She wasn't going to pull out no gun. She wasn't going to do this. She wasn't going to do that. First of all, how do you know? You don't know her. We just met her.
And we see she would blow up on an instant.
She would blow up in an instant. So how do you know? That's my first question. And the second question is, and I'm not no Kenya booty licker. I'm not Team Twirl, but just as people say that people love Kenya, so they make excuses. Are we really making excuses for someone who said that she's got pistols and whips and is not the one to play with, while calling her husband during an argument that she self-produced her way into and could not read her way out of because y'all don't like Kenya?
And mind you, she also said, aside from saying she didn't have the gun on her, she also said she wasn't trying to intimidate Kenya with those words. Girl, what the fuck were you trying to do? Like, you're a liar. You're a liar.
You're a liar.
You've told too many. That's the only thing that has been consistent about her, is her lying.
You're a liar. That's the consistent thing about Britt Edie, is that she's a liar. And there's just so many scenarios of ways that could have played out. Thank God she didn't have one on her or whatever. You just never know. And I would furthermore challenge everybody who says it's not a big deal to tell me how they would react if somebody said those same words about them. That's why it's not about a Kenya thing to me. I'm putting myself in my shoes on what I would have did. I don't want no bitch threatening me with no gun, and I don't want no bitch posting me sucking dick on the poster board. Are we clear? Are we even? Does that make sense to anybody? But you don't get the two unless you got the step one. And step one was, don't mention no gun around me and we having an argument. This bitch is crazy.
I think that's just anybody would feel away.
That's anybody.
Yeah. I don't care if you have it on you. I don't. If we're arguing and you start mentioning a gun, girl, what's really going on? Like, what's happening here?
Anybody was to mention a gun around you and they're in dialogue with you about you, bitch. If I hear a bitch say I'm at the club, all I heard the word was gun, baby. I'm what? Are you crazy? So no, that doesn't fly for me. And the question, Sammie, is if that's the case, if that does not bother you at all, is it because you hate Kenya? Because when you put yourself in that position and someone says it about you, how would you feel, honestly? You were going to say before we do the last scene.
No, I was just, Antonio put the comment from Porsha's YouTube when she said that they said Britt was like going off on Kenya for a long time, and Porsha said Kenya was just in the corner twirling and ignoring Britt. And she finally called her a peasant. That's what Britt said. Oh, no, get the gun, bitch. A peasant.
A peasant?
A peasant.
I'd have been like, if you don't sit your ass down in that green dress twirling, like, it's so much. So many other things. I just think it's a bunch of bullshit. Let me go ahead and read just one comment. Exactly, Chase. What if a coworker said that they'd be fired?
Yeah.
MJ,
but that production, they have a big hand in all this chaos.
They do.
Anybody's gonna be reprimanded in the way that they should.
And now I see why Kenya said what not Kenya, but Candy said what she said.
Kenya too.
Because I was like, that makes no sense, Candy, but now it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, now I'm with, because when she said we never had no rules, I was thinking, bitch, what are you talking about? But watching the show, you can kind of see that they just give them like free reign to do everything.
Yeah. All right, you guys. I just wanted to get that out of the way because that really asked my itch. That really boiled my grits. That really got me to going. I did not like anything about that. So the last scene, Britt hosts, not Britt, excuse me. Kelly hosts her peace brunch, and all of the ladies arrive. Kelly does tell the ladies, excuse me, about her. Well, before we get to that, Porsha will not be coming because she believes she's gotten something from PJ. And, Kelly's sad to hear it, but she does hope that she doesn't steal nobody else's husband in the meantime.
She told her, take whatever you need to get better. Just don't take nobody else's husband. I said, this girl here.
That's my kind of bitch. So, I like that. I like stuff like that. I like when girls play with me like that, but not the right ones, not too much. You know which ones you cannot. The girls know who can't play with me in that in the lounge, especially in the lounge. You girls know who you are. Don't play with me.
Are you picking Michelle?
No, Sean play with me all the time. So, yeah. Sean read me, I read her back. We keep it moving. That's how we do it over here. Oh no, Chase TV. You read me, I'm gonna read you back. We're gonna keep it moving. Don't unsubscribe, and I'm gonna keep showing up. Deal. Kelly asks Angela. Oh no, I'm a little further down. Excuse me. Once they arrive, Kelly does tell the ladies about her situation with her husband that hit the blogs, and he has only made one payment on the $10,000 settlement that he owes her. All of the ladies feel like it's unfortunate what Kelly is going through, and they wish her well in her endeavors. From there, the hardest part is being behind them. Excuse me. From there, I don't know why it's doing this. Kelly feels girls in judgment. Okay, yes. Britt arrives with her guard up, she says, because she feels the hardest part is behind them. She says, quote unquote, I just feel like, the hardest part is behind us. And Drew went like this. It's us. We don't like you. Because remember at that time, all the girls had commented under Kenya Moore's post saying, we miss you, we love you. Don't leave us here with her. That's what it was given. Please don't leave us here with her. And so, Britt was pissed. That's what it was about. I wish they could have just said that, because that's really what it was about. Because the girls did not mention Britt at all. It was like, we thought that the girls would have been solely on Kenya's side based off of the social media reaction to her being paused, right?
Right.
Yeah.
At the moment, they didn't know they were going to pause her. They were going to bring her, but they didn't know what was going to happen. I feel like there was some crying going on.
Yeah, them girls was like, please don't leave us here with this bitch, please.
I'm talking about from the one who said it's all behind us, who kept saying, why is she not here? It was some crying going on to get rid of Kenya, so she felt like it's all behind us now. We can go.
All they would have had to do was dig up some of them interviews and be like, she don't mean it. Bring Kenya back. No, I'm joking. Honestly, where I stand, they both should have been suspended. They both should have been removed. That's where I'm at with it. If you're going to remove one, you need to remove two. You need to punish everybody because I look
that's
at
the issue I have. Like production, y'all could have got them two together, made them do a one-on-one. Y'all could have done something.
Yeah.
But if y'all don't like Kenya per se, then hey, go ahead get her gone. We didn't want to hear anyway. So
you could have made Kenya the friend this season and demoted her, and did a lot of things. There was just a lot of ways.
Same thing they did with Porsha when she snatched Kenya up off the floor. You kept them both.
Like, girl, what time you coming to set next week? Kenya was like, what'd you say, friend?
No, I'm saying they could have kept them both, but Kenya said that she's never been protected. So I feel like, and honestly, I don't want to say Brit was collateral damage because she was messing with the lady, but that was the production too. Y'all don't want to protect me. Y'all don't want to look out. Y'all don't want to take my claim serious. I'm gonna throw all this shit up.
Baby, it was an anger and a level of vitriol.
It was nasty.
It was nasty. She was pissed. And it wasn't.
Yeah, I told Kelly stay out of it. She didn't want to hear nothing from nobody.
They tried to stop her.
They didn't try hard enough.
They didn't try hard enough because somebody could have just.
Because after that second one, but the way Kenya was snapping on people, I probably left her alone too. Go on and kill yourself, bitch. Go on and do it.
Who would have got her?
But like, go on and mess up your time here. Go on and do career suicide because she wasn't listening to nobody. I
would have gotten that thing. I was trying to get invited to that event, you guys, but I couldn't find who her PR was for it. I was trying so bad to go. I would have got up and said,
You would have said what, bitch?
Girl like this.
You know what? I want to know who was that messy ass girl when that last poster came out. She had that big old face. She was happy as hell about it. I need to find her on social media. Tell me what you saw, sister, because she was in it.
No Chaser TV. We would like to offer official interviews to anybody who was at the event, but specifically at the event and kept saying, "Amen." Mm-hmm. And then when they saw that last slide, I said, "Ooh."
She was like, I need to talk to her because you enjoyed that too much. There was no shame to her.
If you are her on the microphone saying because there was a lot of that going on, please contact us directly. I would love to know what you was thinking. Because, baby, when they saw Brit rocking that mic,
Kenya should have discussed with Cynthia. Because did you see how that one friend that was the friend of, was the season before? What was her name? The real pretty lady.
Mayetta?
No, not Mayetta. The other the other one. I can't think of her name. She has really who? Akila. She was over there just kikiing and laughing, not knowing that you sending your homegirl down a dangerous road. Like she should just have somebody that could tell her, "Hey, bitch, I don't think."
She clearly knew about it, but sometimes people have a nervous laughter. Like I'd be like, "Oh shit!"
No, because she went on Instagram and was saying like, "You did what you had to do because wasn't nobody protecting you." So I applaud you. Basically, I'm like, "Girl, you."
Somebody was nasty too, huh?
Yeah, because and like, who printed the photos? And the people that printed the photos probably was thinking like,
probably did.
Yeah, I don't want to be liable for this. Like, what is like? Nobody thought to tell Kenya, "Hey, slow down, sister. Let's think about this."
I be working at the place. I'd be like, "So how big you want her to suck the dick? You want her this big or you want her a little bigger? That's how big you want it? Okay, that's gonna be on our 8x10s. You want 8x10s too to give them out to everybody at the party? Girl, get these 8x10s too. I'm gonna throw them in. Don't worry about it. I'm throwing them in the house."
Could you imagine her? She got some little like index cards, just set them at the front. People could pick them up as they came.
Who agreed to fucking print that, Sammie?
I don't know. Like it's like it was so many moving parts. Like there was so many times that somebody could have said no.
No. Well, they
like,
tried to say, "Quiet, shrimp."
But you're right, because the way she was snapping on them girls, she probably, Kenya, her mind was made. Porsha said what she told.
No, Shamia, the bitch threatened me with a gun.
Porsha said she told her that, hey, Brit wants to apologize. She said, Kenya told her she can take that apology and stick it up her ass.
And Porsha ain't lying about that.
She not lying. Kenya's mind was made, unfortunately.
She said, I got something for that hoe.
She said, this is for Brooklyn. Like, Kenya did not think about it at all. I'm so
And that's how she was gonna weaponize CC. They see that's the thing, y'all. It's two messy bitches trying to out mess each other. Cause you see Kenya say Brit won. That's what Brit did win, though. I gotta give Brit that. Brit did win. But listen, Kenya was like, I'm gonna show this girl sucking on a ding-a-ling and honor my daughter. You might want to leave now because she want everybody to feel bad for her. She has fought for this. They keep filming at the bitch and they keep not airing it. They film 3 times at the place and they ain't put it damn one of the times on the television. Girl, if I got to show her a little ding-a-ling to get on this camera, we getting on this motherfucking camera. We're gonna get some hairs in these seats. Okay. I know that's right. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. So Brit arrives and she has her guard up as we previously mentioned. From there, she just says, she's just trying to move forward and is happy the best part is behind us. And Drew said, bitch, us? Girl, we don't like you. And from there, Britt goes into, just how everything has been definitely hard for her. And Shamia says that Britt mentioned to her that the day before that she lost her insurance license due to everything. Angela says, based on what? And Angela says, based on what? What grounds? And Britt says, what do you mean based on what? Are you confused to what's been going on? And everybody's like, whoa, okay, what's going on? Angela says, I'm licensed as well. And in order to lose a license, it has to have cause. Britt says, this day is for me. Bitch, I don't know what you talk about, but it sounds like it's true. This is my day, okay? God damn it. If I want to tell a little lie, I'm going to tell it. And everybody going to feel sad.
Bitch, who are you to call me out on my lie? God damn it.
She would look at her like, bitch, you is fucking up my shit. Did you shut the fuck up? What is you doing, bitch? And I don't have no answer for that because I might not have no license already. Because the people down to the YouTube say she lost her license in 2022. Catch that there. I don't know if that's true or not. That's alleged. I didn't say it. You say what, Sammie?
Somebody needs to fact check that because if I find out that lady lost her license in 2022, I am done with her. And mind you, I have said I have enjoyed all of them, including her. Like she's played her part. All the new girls are playing their part. But if I find out that girl just going around lying like that, I'm gonna be pissed as hell because it went from you being underage to you did some stuff in your 20s now, and now you lost your license, and then it's why I'm under investigation. Now the people lie say you lost it in 2022. Who are you at this point? Because what is going on?
Will a real bitch please stand up?
Will a real Britney please stand up?
I don't know what's going on. And neither do Brit.
And I'm gonna tell you this: I put money on it. I know what really pissed the lady off. It wasn't that picture of her giving that fellatio. It was that before picture. It was that before picture, the one you sent in that group chat. That Kenya showed the people what she looked like before she had all that work done. That's what she said. Oh,
who sent to the group chat?
You sent.
Oh, girl, you talk too fucking much. Hush. Angela,
this one did it.
Sammie Oakley.
That's she said it. Remember, she said she's trying to show before my makeover, before my work was done. I said, oh yeah, that's when you fucked up, Kenya.
She showed my first nose.
Oh yeah, that get the production.
I'm going to production.
That's what did.
She showed you sucking a dick. Damn that. Y'all don't give a damn about that sucking no dick.
She had the new nose when she was doing that, so she didn't give a damn. It was that first picture that she originally looked like. And you know what's so funny? I remember when like the first episode, maybe the second, when they showed the pictures of her and her sisters. She was like, I have 2 sisters, and I was like, well, where the hell is she at? It made sense because I still can't point her out in that picture, but that's because that was the original. So damn, she can't take a picture with her sister since the original face. How long had they been beefing? This girl is the problem. I don't care what nobody say. Britney is the
You're
problem.
here with great eating.
Okay, Chase, you're not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this with you.
I didn't do that. Demisio did that, and that was some of his best work ever. Oh, Demisio, I'm proud of you. You learned it. Oh God. Oh, we said we was gonna stop playing that after the girl got slut shamed. Don't play that no more, okay?
Yeah, we can't not do this. She's gonna get us next. Well, she gonna get you next. Your name is on this. I'm just again.
She gonna be over there crying. She gonna be over there trying to squeeze that tear out. Talk about. They showing some shit that signed the release to put on the internet.
Yeah.
Catch that dirt. Anyway, so Angela says, listen, I'm licensed too, honey, and you have to have probable cause. Like, what are you talking about? Britt says, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but this day is about me. Angela says, it's always been for you. Like, what are you talking about? It's about peace. And Britt, you're not coming with peace. Angela says that Britt, you just ate me up. Like, I asked you a question. God damn. Bitch just ate me up. Like, what's that about? And I'm hot in my twins, Polly and Esther. I'm already hot, and you just ate me up. Meanwhile, Britt keeps saying, I'll wait till you're done. I'll wait. I'll wait. I hate when people do that because are you waiting?
No, at that point, I think Britt thought, damn, I didn't know somebody else was here was licensed too. How am I get out of this?
She didn't do her due diligence, but
you know what Antonio said? Whenever you get stuck, what you supposed to do? Just start cussing the bitch out. And that, goddamn it.
And that's her specialty, because guess
exactly
what?
Brittany did.
Huh?
Oh, Lord.
That's one thing. Britt must have got that from the same playbook you did. Because, baby, she kept saying, Angela, I'll wait till you're done. And then Britt tells Angela to read the room.
Read the fucking room.
Read the room. And Angela says, you failed to take responsibility on how we even got here in the first place. And Angela was like, well, shit. I guess I got to hit that cuss out button that Antonio talking about. Oh, God. Anyway, Angela asks why Kenya isn't here. Excuse me. Angela asks, why isn't Kenya here? And then Britt raises her voice and says, read the motherfucking room. Britt then says Angela is acting a little slow. And Angela says that she isn't acting slow. Excuse me, you guys, for using that word. Angela says Britt likes to throw her rocks and hide her hands. And Britt says, my hands are here, baby. They're here. As she puts her hands in that fucking lady face. Angela then says, since her hands are in her face, where's your band? Where's your band? Oh, shit, that bitch can read. Because who remembers that? I forgot all about that. But not Angela. Angela remembered it. From there, the girls go back and forth. And Kelly eventually ends up asking Angela to move to the other side of the table. You know, excuse me, and she does. So Shamia says, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and ask Britt, what happened with your license? Because you called me and told me that you lost it. And so from there, Britt says, with everything going on and the defamation, she used that word, and the lies, the backlash, she's under actual investigation, and you don't lose your license immediately. Angela says, thought so. And Britt says, excuse me, because she thought Angela was scared of her. Angela said, bitch, I said, thought so. The fuck? You don't run that around here, ho. And so now they arguing again. I love a re-argument and the same argument. I love that. But now they arguing up again, a storm, baby. And Angela says, she's a licensed mortgage loan originator, and in order to lose your license, there has to be more than just a rumor. She wants to support Britt, but then she barked at her like mimosa. Earth. The little mimosa came out. Britt asks Angela if she wants to twirl out, and Drew says, damn, Kenya in the room with us, I guess. Huh. And she says, you're funny. And now, you know, Britt's tired of her, tired of going back and forth with Angela. She looks at Drew and says, you want some too, bitch? And Drew was like, girl, ain't nobody think about you. She was like, I should be a comedian. I am funny. You're right. I'm funny. I should be a comedian. So from there, Drew says, you know what, listen, girl, I don't know what you're talking about, but both of you guys should admit your wrongdoings and just move forward. Britt says that she has moved forward and admitted her wrongs. But, you know, she doesn't feel comfortable being in the same room with someone who did something such as call her an escort. From there, Shamia says that the bells ring, that, you know, she vows to see the goodness in people first, and the whole table agrees. They all get up in their electric slide on out, and the episode is over. Sammie, what did you think? While Sammie's giving you his thoughts, I'm going to open up the phone lines. Be mindful. Last week, y'all went way too long. We cannot have that this week because I actually have an appearance at another podcast soon. So be mindful, callers, and I will cut you off tonight. And it is with love. Sammie, what did you think of that whole Angela and Britt scene?
Well, first, I can say that this is where the first applause I will give production, because it shows that they took their time and they picked the right girls. Because for them to be able to do that scene without any of the vets, I mean, Drew was there, but does she really count?
No, she don't count. She do
No.
not count.
So
She
they, I
don't
mean,
count.
they carried with just them, and it was good to see. And I told you, this is the moment where I was like, this damn Angela, we're gonna have to. She gonna be the one to watch. But yeah, like Amanda said, Britt's hot headed. For her to go from 0 to 100 that quick, when initially she was coming to be all sad and get the sympathy, the empathy, and make everybody feel bad for her, but she did not like being held accountable. Mind you, when she first said it, I don't know anything about insurance license, but I was just like, damn, like, how did you lose your license so quickly at that? So when Angela asked the question, similar to Kenya asking, was this your first wedding, your second wedding ring? It was a common sense question. Like, anybody would have probably wondered, like, well, how? So for her to get so offended, it just goes to show that the girl was not expecting, like, she told Shamia that the day before. Now, had Angela not fact checked that, she would have read with that lie, getting more sympathy, saying Kenya lost her to lose her license, and Kenya this and Kenya that. So, like she said, she had to deal with it with her husband. What are you dealing with your husband? That man don't give a damn. He patted you on your shoulder and went back upstairs to play pool or whatever he was doing. Like, him and Mimosa just went on about their business. Britt is she knows what to do. She knows that she knows what Kenya did was terrible, so she's riding with it. She's crying. She's making it the whole. She's just, her business is affected. I don't know. It's things like that. Like, when I say I'm enjoying them, and you get those type of moments, it's like, oh, you just a nasty person. Like, you at this point, you just the same as Kenya when she first came on. You just gonna do what you got to do to secure your spot, and you don't care how anybody feels about it. I'm glad Angela checked her ass. I wish Drew would have jumped at her too, but I mean, I think Drew got a little scared. It seemed like she kind of backed up a little. Like, had Allison been there, Drew probably would have jumped at her, but she got a little scared. It seemed like, and Shamia just being the voice of reason, she's being the glue, as she says. It was a cute scene. I enjoyed it. But I will say my favorite part about that was Angela and Britt going back and forth, because Angela was very calm with her, but she wasn't playing with her ass. She was letting her know, I see the kind of girl you are, and now I know I gotta watch you. Because I was not expecting her to ask her, yeah, Kenya's not here, but why is she not here? Like, let's talk about that. I was not expecting that. So I was like, okay. So we got somebody who's actually paying attention to what's going on.
And not only that, someone not afraid to do it. The other girls thought it. Kelly probably didn't, because Kelly was the ride or die for Britt at that time. But like I said, it's very obvious on Angela's face, on Drew's face, and on Shamia's face that they're disappointed Kenya's not around.
Mind you, we also have to think about when the day after it happened, when they all said at Shamia's house in that opening scene, Angela had mentioned that she had got like heavy backlash from the venue too. So
yeah, because Britt showed her ass at her. She already
Yeah.
pissed at Britt because you can't take the bitch nowhere, according to Kelly. And then Kelly is so funny. You can't take these girls nowhere. And from just the spiral everything's been on, I'm glad that she asked that question, because it appears nobody else would have. I don't know when Drew's gotten her scary era like this, because baby, she know she could run them old hoes, but she can't do these girls. Maybe she got in Sheree, out of all people, Sheree's face, and she tried to fight Latoya season 13. Remember, throwing dog abuse at people. And this is what Drew should have been doing, running and controlling the scene. But Shamia did it for her. Like, Angela asked the question, like, I mean, do you even want to acknowledge how we got here? So
But
she
you know
want
what,
to
Jason? So I don't mean to cut you off, but I also feel like it could be like that Dr. G situation. Like, damn, how do we even interact with the bitch? Now she gonna get us put up out of here, because she gonna say what she want to say. But when we retaliate, now the tears back on her titties again. She crying and trying to get production to get y'all.
Can't do that. We can't work with her like that.
We don't know. Yeah, and that's why how you say that Angela was the only one to mention it. Like you mentioned earlier, they were all in Kenya's comments. So clearly, we saw from the episode they thought she was wrong, but the aftermath, I don't think that they felt like that was okay, which is why they were in her comments saying, "We love you, we miss you, we hear."
We didn't know it was gonna do that. Damn.
Yeah, we didn't know that was gonna come out, bitch.
That you're gonna get demoted or something. You're not gonna, take the peach something.
And they probably felt a little bit responsible because they all voiced like, "Damn, that was trashy." But we
Yeah,
didn't know
they thought it was gonna go that far. They didn't even think it was gonna. Remember, Porsha said, "I don't even think y'all should air this."
Yeah, take me out. I want to hear.
Right. She's the queen of getting scenes removed. Remember, they said allegedly she did that with Candy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Kenya was on her head, but they didn't remove. Kenya is unprotected because remember, they removed the fight about Black Lives Matter between Candy and Porsha, but they didn't remove Kenya's comment about it.
So that makes her look like she's a mess.
Like she was just hating for no reason.
She's speaking on something that we didn't see, so it makes it look like she's dry stitched.
They didn't cut that though, so damn. I want to say Angela won me over with this. I was on the fence with her because y'all know that Flavor Flav comment had me somewhat offended. What I thought was crazy is it seems to be selective outrage because I used to call people the S word all the time, SLOW, all the time. I used to say that and think nothing of it. When I was on Clubhouse, somebody was like, "Are you guys not going to check Chase for using that word because that could be deemed a slur, because you're saying it in a derogatory term, in a sense, whatever, and making fun of illnesses or whatever it was the person said." And I didn't think about it like that at all. But if it's wrong, I'm gonna stop saying it. And the fact that this girl just got done crying because someone treated her like shit and then goes around and weaponizes and uses a word like that in relation, in a context to that, I thought there would be more people offended about that. So I'm surprised I really haven't heard much of it. I'm glad Angela was there. I'm glad she clocked Brit, and I want everybody to now recognize that you've been played in this Brit versus Kenya scenario, and Bravo has showed that you've been played. And the reason why I feel that you've been played is because you sat there and were saying, it doesn't, what she did wasn't the same as as Kenya did, and Kenya whatever. And then you felt bad for Brit and had all this sympathy for Brit, and she goes right around and tries to weaponize your sympathy and empathy towards her by lying for no reason when what she's been dealt is already bad enough. You don't have to lie about a license, and you got caught. So now you guys are supporting a fucking liar instead of being objective and looking at the totality of the situation. Y'all got played, whether you want to admit it or not. She played you guys. She sat right there. She had already got that shit kicked off at the beginning of the episode. I'm finna lose my license. Then the day before she filmed, she speaks with Sammie on the phone and tells her she lost her license. And then she gets there. Angela said they did it for a rumor. That ain't how that go. She blew up on her because she does not know how to have dialogue and conflict, Real Housewives style. That's the best she could have did outside of threatening her with a gun too. But you saw she wanted to go at her purse and pull it out. So she exhibits the same behavior again. And then she lies on y'all's sympathy to get y'all to feel even worse when she's already won and gotten Kenya out of the room. Like, that shit is crazy to me. That bitch is crazy. Next, what we're going to go ahead and do is open up the phone lines. You guys, I have a limited amount of time, so be mindful of that, please. I love you guys. There's no shade. I was very happy that you guys came on and kicked it with me for a long time last week, and it's nothing to do with last week. Y'all didn't do nothing wrong, but this week I got to get you on. I got to get you off. Thank you so much. Hey, Mel NYC, thank you for your patience.
Hey, how you doing? So Chase, I want to ask you, so compared to Potomac, where the ladies would, no, can I see you? I wanted to ask you something real quick.
I didn't do it. That we normally do that, so that's fine, but our production did it. That's okay. What's the question?
Okay. So compared to Mia, Ashley, Giselle, and all those people, when they talk about people's marriages, their children, stuff, this, that, boom, boom, boom. So that's what they do over there on some other shows. When I'm watching this season of Atlantic Housewives, unless I'm mistaken, I'm trying to remember, did Britt ever talk about anybody's children, husbands, marriages, affairs? Has she done that this season?
Not yet.
No, but wait, hold on now. But I'm saying, has she done it already? She has not done it. So this is my point as a viewer. When I went into the season, what's her name? Britt. She's not the favorite housewife of ever. She's just simply not. But did I believe her this episode? I sure enough did. I believe everything she said. Now, let me say this to you two guys. That lady don't sound like one of my family members. She don't sound that way. The women in my family don't sound like that. But I believe her hurt. I really do. She apologized to Kenya. and then Kenya went behind and she did what she had to do, or what she did what she wanted to do. Then also this weekend, I'm hearing some stuff about some lady named Ming Lee and some other person who was supposed to be on the show, who became very friendly with Kenya, who don't like Brit, who admitted in a blog talking to Brit that she had pictures on her phone that she's had for 11 years, who happens to be friends with Kenya. Like, so they were to raise some things there between between Kenya and Brit before, so it wasn't just all in Brit's mind. But that being said, I believe Brit was hurt. I don't believe she's as dangerous and bad and messy as we've seen on Bravo. So yeah, I don't see this kind of evil thing. And but I will say I did enjoy Angela. I enjoyed Angela not at the last scene, but I enjoyed it because the girls kept making fun of her hot flashes. That's not a funny thing to do. But you know what, Angela, for me, she was paranoid because her wig melted the first episode, so she kept that fan in every scene, and that made me laugh because she was just paranoid her wig was gonna melt off her head again. So that's why she kept using that fan in that middle of that heat wave. So that part was funny. The girls were funny. Kelly was very funny with that comment, with a sick Porsha. Porsha was sick and out of her mind on a NyQuil or whatever. So she got a zinger in to say, oh, well, don't steal nobody's husband while you still know the NyQuil, whatever. That was very funny. So it was a good episode. It was a good episode. But Britt is not she's, that's what I was asking. Like, who did she talk about? Who live did she talk about?
I want to ask you that, man. What was like when you said that she talked about anybody's husband? Like, what were you asking? Like,
well, because I'm saying that the way I'm seeing, not with you all, but online, I'm hearing the way that people talk about Britt. Again, I'm just knowing this woman. I don't know her. But they talk about her the way that people used to talk about Ashley, the way they used to talk about Giselle.
You're saying that people don't like her, and what has she done as nefarious as those other women?
Where's he coming from? I mean, I know Kenya is to go, and she's a lovely lady, and people missing her. But I would think that just because she was sensitive, because she was feeling some intuition about Kenya, who happens to be very close friends with a woman who has naked pictures about her, that don't mean that she's out there trying to ruin families. Like and also I will say, even though she was wrong at the table at the end, I didn't mind that she had that energy with the ladies at the table. Like, she was mad. I don't mind it. I think I enjoyed when Candace was in between. She said, you still talking to Monique? I enjoyed that. That's real. So, even though, she made some mistakes with her insurance stuff. So that's true. But anyway, you're on the schedule. So that's it. Boom.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
We don't like Britney Edie because Britney has done things to make her unlikable. I don't know how to put it. Like, she's not been a great watch. She's made up an issue with Kenya. She believed the issue with Kenya. She threatened her with a gun. She went and played for sympathy, and then she lied about that. She lied about it. I haven't gone. We go down.
Straight up admitted I had preconceived notions, so which is why I was.
We're done. Yeah, we're done with it. Hey, that lovable Lisa, how you doing?
Hey, Lisa.
How you doing, darling? Yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna tell you like this one. Both of them mad for wrong, okay? Both of them mad for dead wrong. Like I said last week, baby doll, Miss USA need to go and revoke Kenya Crown, because Miss USA don't act like that, okay? And I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Yes, do Brittany got the right to be in her feelings? Yeah, I would too. But baby, like Angela said, but why Kenya not here? Because you started with her first. You started with her, and this is it's always a mama. When I was in elementary school, we learned about cause and effect. It's a cause, and this was the effect of. Okay, so you need to learn your lesson. You need to learn a lesson, babe. Okay, stop messing around. I'm gonna tell you something else too. Let's go into it, baby. Do you not know she was a minor when she took that picture?
Oh.
And if you do not know, if you do not know law enforcement, I'm surprised law enforcement didn't get in. Because if law enforcement would have got in, King would have been in trouble. Because listen, regardless if Britney is grown or not now. When she took the photo, Britney was a minor.
Allegedly.
What I'm calling everybody who I have talked to said they said she was a minor.
No, we got. They
call allegedly. They call that child pornography.
Oh my God.
They do.
Can't say the word.
Huh?
Don't say that word no more. Keep going.
Okay. Oh, my fault. I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
You told me I'm kind of keep going. Let me keep going. Let me like the long. But both of them was dead wrong. Both of them dead wrong. I'm sorry, you just caught me off guard. You said I forgot the word. It just messed with me.
It's
But
okay.
but not also. I'm gonna tell y'all like y'all kind of what Drew said, but Drew didn't say that much about Panoy. All she said was if the album do good, this will help toward Panoy college fund. That ain't nothing.
I just don't think she should mention the
That's
lady.
insane,
If she
Lisa.
doesn't want you filming with the husband, don't mention the daughter. I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, it's good, child. Please, I already told you all three of them in cahoots together on this show. Okay, they ain't cahoots together. Okay, she
Okay.
can't. They ain't cahoots together. And I'm gonna tell you something at the end. What's her name is Kelly. I mean, I'm so much right. I'm so much right with Angela. Oh yeah, about this about Shamir in the singing. I don't know Portia. I mean Portia and Shamir. I don't think they still. I don't like. I don't. This is come to my regulation. I don't think they friends like that. I don't think they're gonna be friends like that. No, after this season, I just don't because the way Portia keep coming at Shamir all this season. I don't know how they can be friends. I just don't. I'm sorry. And like I said, I like it at the end. Angela told the truth. Angela told the truth. Why she's not here? Why she's not here? But I can understand Brit. I understand Brit part. You know, Brit always had her guard, so when she got there. But I'm like my girl Shamir had said, and Kelly had said, "Girl, let's dance. Let's do the line dance and make this scene on now, cause I'm tired." Okay, I am so tired of this mess, chat. They need to get some. They need to waste this season and do another season with some more girls, cause they get on my last goddamn nerve.
Oh, all
Man,
right.
I promise you. I love y'all,
Love you
and I will
too.
see y'all later. Have a good time wherever you go, darling.
Thank you. I appreciate it,
Bye,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Thank you for the well wishes. All right, Dolce Delicious. Before I let Dolce Delicious up, I just want to say that we do not know how old here over on No Chaser TV that Britt Edie is or was, excuse me, at the time that photo was taken. So we cannot, confirm or deny any rumors or allegations. Britt will be able to have the opportunity to come out with it herself, her age, and from there is there. All right, Dolce Delicious. Go ahead and let Dolce Delicious up. Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, so I just got in from Abu Dhabi yesterday, so I'm a little
Oh,
tired. Yeah, I went there for my birthday. Okay, but anyway,
oh no, happy no.
Happy Aries
Happy
season.
thank you.
birthday.
Yes, I turned 40. Okay, so
Oh,
yes,
congratulations. Okay, go ahead.
I'm excited. Okay, okay,
Okay.
so I'm conflicted. This is the issue I have. Kenya got herself here, and it's like the network is tired of her, and that's why she's off the show. Britt, I really don't believe that Britt threatened her like that. When you're upset and you're arguing, who knows how long that whole argument really lasted? That was edited down to what 2 minutes. So I don't really believe that there was a clear threat. This is what I wish Kenya would have done. She should have went through the proper protocol within NBC, Bravo, and escalated up through HR because this is a corporation. This is not a mom and pop show. She should have did that, but I would have kept Britt on the VIP or whatever the list to come. I would have set up a whole security checkpoint like the airport. And when Britt got there, I would have put on a vest and be like, because people, they're dangerous. I would have made a whole scene of it. And then the next little meeting that me and the girls have, like we go out to lunch or something, have an iPad on ready with all of the pictures, whatever you want to show. And the next time you have a tiff, just pull up the iPad and show her directly. But this is you here, right? Because then you won't get in trouble. Because people keep bringing up what happened on New Jersey, and that explicit stuff was shown, but it was done on a cell phone, and the cell phone was passed around. It was not shown to anybody. They were individually shown. So it's a little different, and the climate is different too. I wish Kenya could read the room, but this has been her motivation and what she does. And Portia was so triggered because she's scared. Does Kenya have something on me with Bolo? Because that's why she went around it. She was like, "Oh, I gotta go. Like, I gotta get out of here." So I just feel like they're being fake because your first interaction with Britt should be a sympathy interaction with her to empathize and be on her side. And then you can be like, well, why are we here with you and Kenya and try to get them together? They're being fake. Because let's be real, if Kenya did that to any one of them, it would have been hell on earth, you know? So I don't know. That's how I feel. I'm not sad that Kenya's gone. I really could care less because she's annoying anyway. She's very vindictive and rude and nasty. But I do wish that she didn't play herself because that's even worse. You could play anybody else, but don't play yourself. And I don't know. She's just been doing this for a while. But that's all. Okay, I'm done.
All right, Dolce Delicious. Thank you so much, and happy birthday again to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Oh shoot, Demisio, come on, make it quick. Come on, make it quick.
Oh, baby, don't be clapping. Don't be clapping. Cause I should cuss you out.
Your time. Your time.
Okay, but no, what I gathered though from just these past couple of episodes and Sunday night is that Drew, Britt, and Porsha are a bunch of lying liars who lie. It's really just that simple for me. Angela did her big win. I don't know why she said Britt ate her up, because if in fact it was the opposite, she ate her up, in my opinion. And Drew even got her little dig in. I was like, okay, Drew, I see you. Okay, girl. And I love how Shamia came back around when she had Angela move and was like, so Brittany, how did you lose the license? I said, come on, Shamia, you better come on with the layup, girl, because we still want to know. How did you lose the license? Because some billboards it just don't make sense. Porsha and the Simon thing of it all is just, you expected your scammer husband to have
allegedly
your scammer husband to be an upstanding stepdaddy, even though he left Fallon and her kids to the curve, and you thought he was gonna do the same for you. Porsha, girl, you never gonna beat them ditzy allegations. You just never gonna beat them. But okay.
All right. Thank you, Demisio. We appreciate you. Thank you for all your help.
Bye.
Bye. Sammie, did you have any comments on what we've heard, before we take it on out? No.
Let me tell you something.
Go down. I'm telling.
Be respectful.
Read the room.
Read the fucking room.
Let me tell you something, B. Bye, y'all.
You see how that just happened with Demisio? You see how that just happened? I didn't tell Sammie to stop. I told Demisio to stop. And the reason why I did that is to prove how unfair that shit is. So if anybody hopped in the comments and said, well, why you only telling him that and not telling her that? Because that's what Bravo did to Kenya. Mm-hmm. They both should have been reprimanded. They both should have been gone. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
Ooh. No, I'm disappointed with Kenya to be here so long and be such a key player and to allow this rookie to come in here and move you the way she did. It was just disgusting to watch on her end. But unfortunately, I'm looking forward to the remaining of the season, being that it seems like Britt falls out with every goddamn body. So we'll see how that plays out and why it plays out. It seems that her true character shows up and the girls just don't like her. It's like every other woman in her life, it seems like. So I'm ready to see how it play out.
Oh, yeah. It feels like a vindication tour coming on, because just as you guys can acknowledge that Kenya is a bad person, it's not okay to acknowledge that maybe Britt may be so as well. That being said, and that's not a Team Kenya comment, that's just being fair, guys. Because I'm not Team Kenya. Anyway, because they both should be team fired. Anyway, with that being said, to me at least, make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, rate us 5 stars on No Chaser TV, the podcast with Chase Brown. For everything new, Chase will. Ooh. Allegedly, I don't know if that's true. Love. Take that down, please. Thank you. I want to thank everybody on X, YouTube, and Facebook. Take it down, please. Thank you.
Take it down.
You gotta
yell at him like you do a pet. He don't listen.
Like Lil Mimosa. That being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Sammie, for pushing through. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Okay? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sam, if you need to go. But thank you so much, Liz. Go for the super chat. Thank you to our callers. I'm so sorry. My mind slipped me. Thank you to our callers who were Lisa, Mel NYC Reviews, and Dolce Delicious. We do appreciate that. Y'all have a good night. Sorry about that. Bye, y'all. Yeah. Ooh. I'm joking. I'm joking.